Hey Conway, hi, this is Jess Glasgow and I'm here with your news for today. In school news, Horry Georgetown Technical College will be offering a music and art appreciation course online for the second semester. The courses will count as college credit and will be free of charge since courses are not offered here at Conway High School. Registration does require the PACE application to be filled out, so please see your guidance counselor if you're interested. Cost and deadline information for ordering yearbooks and senior pages are as follows. Yearbook early order price is $65 until September 28th, and then the price will increase to $75. So see Ms. Revis in A2106 if you have any questions. In local news, the Conway Church of God's youth group will be having a fundraiser on September 25th at the Conway Pizza Inn to raise money for their mission trip to Haiti. If you want to come out and support the youth group in this fundraiser, then it'll be going on from 4 until Pizza Inn closes. The nationwide prayer event, See You at the Pole, is Wednesday, September 26th, in front of the school out at the flagpole. This event happens before school around 7:30 in the morning near the flagpole, and everyone is invited to attend. Also, in conjunction with this event is Saw You at the Pole. This event will be later that afternoon at the Conway Marina from 6:30 to 7:30. Again, all students are welcome to this community prayer event. In national news, the State Department is warning Americans to avoid non-essential travel to Pakistan as protests over an anti-Islam video have grown to turn violent. The warning comes as hundreds of Pakistanis, angry at the film, clashed with police in the capital. A crowd of more than 1,000 people tried to make their way to the U.S. Embassy, but riot police are using tear gas and batons to keep stone-throwing demonstrators away. So, stay out of Pakistan, you guys. That's all for our immediate news for today, but now we're going to go on to Brianna with our sports.
Conway, listen up for your club and guidance announcements. FCA. It meets every Wednesday morning at 7:45 in Miss Spearman's room. Everyone is welcome. Key Club. Miss Goldfinch's room before or after school to pick up an application. All applications are due by October 1st, so get those in. FEA. You must be in grades 10 through 12, have a 3.05 unweighted GPA. $15 dues must be paid at the first meeting, which will be Monday, September 24th in room B206. FCCLA. FCCLA will be selling Otis Spunkmeyer cookies every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after school in the cafeteria. All funds help FCCLA members attend national leadership conferences and competitions. Cookies are freshly baked daily. 2 cookies for $1. HGTC, offering music appreciation and art appreciation online for second semester. It counts as college credit and will be free of charge. Registration does require the PACE application to be filled out. SAT and ACT test waivers. Students are reminded that they must submit proof of eligibility before a waiver can be issued. If you have any questions, see Ms. Gage in the front office. Student Council. Junior and senior student council members, class officers, and representatives interested in participating in the United States Senate Youth Program in Washington, D.C. See Ms. Gageham for program information and an application. Deadline to register is September 27, 2012. And that's all for your club and guidance announcements, Conway.
I don't know where Brianna with your sports is. I found her.
What up, Conway? Tonight is a very big night for the Tigers here. So what I want to hear you guys say is, keep the bell, beat the beach.
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 Now let's take a look at your Tiger scoreboard. Conway Middle School won against Myrtle Beach Middle School with a score of 34-8. Whittemore Park Middle School won against Aner with a score of 26-6. Girls tennis lost to Carolina Forest with a score of 0-7. The varsity squad ran into some difficulties and Carolina Forest won with a score of 3-0. Senior middle hitter Bridget Harper led Conway with 10 kills, and sophomore middle hitter Kaylee Williams showed very solid net play with 7 kills and 4 blocks. Junior outside hitter Madison Gore had 7 kills and 8 digs. And senior setter Riley Hughes was very solid with 28 assists and 3 kills. After double-digit unforced errors in the first 2 sets, Conway rallied to take set 3 and push Carolina Forest in the final set. Kaylee Williams and Bridget Harper each posted 4 kills and 2 blocks in a very tight set 4. Conway took the early lead at 7-10, and then Carolina Forest tied the game at 19 and finished the match with a strong serving and a solid defense. JV Volleyball won with a score of 2-0, and JV Football lost to Myrtle Beach with a score of 28-14. Now let's take a look at your sports lineup. Tonight, Conway plays Myrtle Beach at 7:30, and I hope to see everyone there. We want to keep that bell and beat the beach.
Beat the beach!
Now let's take a look at some college sports. South Carolina will play Missouri at 3:30 on CBS. Coastal Carolina will play Toledo at 7 o'clock. And Clemson will play Florida State University at 8 o'clock on ABC.
So excited.
Well, that is all for your sports today, Conway. Now to Dalton for the weather.
Hey Conway, I'm Dalton here with your weather. Today we have a high of 83 and a low of 63 with a 10% chance of rain. Now let's go to your weekend forecast.
Yes.
Weekend forecast. On Saturday we'll have a high of 87 and a low of 65 with a 20% chance of rain. And on Sunday we'll have a high of 79 with a low of 55 and a 10% chance of rain. That's all for your weather. Back to Jess in the studio.
Thanks, Dalton, for that amazing weather report. Now for our feature of the day.
The rivalry between Conway and Myrtle Beach has been going on since 1968, and probably the most famous of these rivalries is football. Whoever wins the game for that year gets to keep the belt until next year when the two teams meet again. Conway is currently leading the series 38-10-1. Working at Conway High are some former players and students who have participated in this rivalry. For these alumni this week brings back their own exciting memories.
How was the game when you played against Myrtle Beach?
It was always an intense rivalry, and it was always a week full of just real nervous feelings. Our coaches used to tell us, if you can't get up to play the Seahawks, you don't need to be on the football field, and you don't need to have shoulder pads on. So it was always a real exciting week. It was always a week we looked forward to big time.
How intense was the rivalry?
Extremely intense. Had a few prank wars going on where they came in and did some stuff, and we went in and did some stuff. That was a pretty intense rivalry. A lot of times, if you lost to Myrtle Beach, seems like it was kind of a down feeling the next day. If you beat Myrtle Beach, the next day of practice was always a good feeling, and it set the tone for the rest of the year. So,
How important is it for you to keep the bell? How was it when Conway played against Myrtle Beach?
The Myrtle Beach-Conway game was always a huge rivalry. And we took a whole week sort of building up to it. And the neat thing about it is even in the pep rallies, you would have skits, and you'd have a Seahawk, someone dressed as a Seahawk, and they would bring them in, the Tiger in, and like this little makeshift casket, and the band would play a death march. And then once they got to the middle of the floor, the Tiger would jump out and chase the Seahawk around the gym and go out. We even sent, Myrtle Beach and Conway would even send black roses to each other during the week. And it was all part of it. There was a lot of spirit, and the pep rallies were great. I guess whenever you look back on it as a student, in your memories as a student, it was really big. It was a really big game.
And how important is it for Conway to keep the bell?
It's real important for Conway to keep the bell because it keeps the tradition alive, and it keeps the reputation alive, and it brings a lot of spirit.
How was it when you played against Myrtle Beach?
It was just another game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did y'all win?
Yes. We won.
That's good. How intense was the rivalry?
The rivalry wasn't as intense as some others because they were just not that good. My senior year, they started getting better, and they started passing the ball more like what they're doing now, and it was a closer game, I think. It's been a while.
How important is it for you to keep the bell?
It's always important to keep the bell. You got to show your dominance.
As you can see, it's very important for Conway to keep the bell. But in order to do this, Conway needs everybody's support at Myrtle Beach High School fields tonight. Tigers, give it your all and keep the bell where it belongs at Conway. Go Tigers! Back to the studio.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it for us to keep the bell at Conway? The answer would be a 12.
Thanks, guys. That was a really cool feature. Well, Conway, that's all for our news for today. I hope to see y'all out there at Doug Shaw to cheer on the Tigers. Y'all stay classy.